gun violence.
Yeah, it's legal in the United States. It's part of our Constitution.
There's no real gun control in this country.
Gun control, it wouldn't make any difference anyway, would it?
Person has a gun, sometimes their mind clicks that this thing it will win arguments and straighten people out.
If you know anyone who is involved in any crime, in any shooting in the city of New York, you tell the police, you come forward. The criminals will tell you you're snitching. Let these mothers tell you you are saving a life.
Can't we do anything to stop this?
I don't know, to tell you the truth, what we can do, and this immediately leads to the issue of gun control.
Guns are the exception. Gun homicide rates haven't improved at all. They were at roughly the same levels in 2009 as they were in 2000. Meanwhile, serious but non-fatal gun injuries caused during assault have actually increased in the last decade by 20%.
The United States is based on guns, you know? Like KRS says, you'll never have justice on stolen land.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic Check is a show where we conduct various street interviews geared to hear the voice of the hardworking class residents of New York City. Every second of every minute of the day, week, month, and year, there is always something happening in the city. The problem is, the majority of our stories are being told for those media conglomerates that only spit out one-sided views. Mic Check's mission is to give a full 360-degree on major events, protests, and political agendas that matter to you the most. We are here to inform, educate, and entertain the working class residents with information that is vital for your survival.
It's too much, you know. It's you can't control it all. It's too many people selling guns on the street. The gun trafficking is too much. You got anybody just selling guns, and if you have the money, you can just buy it off the streets. If you have the right connections, you can get, you know, anything you want, no matter how old you are.
Because nobody's really watching them. Nobody really cares. I really think that they can just find a gun off anybody in the streets.
I have a lot of people who are able to access just via Visa, MasterCard, anything that you want to get in this country without sanction, without scrutiny, and real discretion. Then you have the fact that there's no real gun control in this country. And when they take the guns out of the third world countries and bring them and drop them in the city of Miami, and you have people getting them by the truckloads in the barrios and different communities that are already hateful against each other. Of course, it's like the AIDS virus comes into your body, learns all the different hosts of what happens and destroys you inside. That's what gun violence is.
Most of the guns in New York come from down south, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and things like that. The gun stores are selling lethal hand weapons without background checks or anything like that, just giving the guy extra $50 or extra $20, and they get anything they want, and they come back upstate, back up to New York, and they sell the guns.
It's terrible, and I think it's just, I don't know, it's out of control, especially in this neighborhood now. I don't know if you live here, or I'm really from Brooklyn, but around here it's out of control. Like, everybody's getting shot every day. There's guns out in the street for no apparent reason. It needs to be cleaned up, but there's nothing being done about it.
Well, gun violence is a terrible thing. I mean, throughout history, we kill ourselves through wars and other conflicts, but it doesn't make it right.
You know, nowadays kids is getting shot for no reason, and you can't play in the park no more with the kids and all without, a child getting hurt or killed.
It's dumb, I mean, our kids don't get a chance. We had our chances, our kids deserve a chance. Children don't deserve to die like that.
It's killing a lot of our kids out here for no reason, and no one should lose their life early over gun violence.
I think our government plays a lot of role in it. They need to try to take guns off the streets and work hard against it.
Ordinary citizens shouldn't be allowed to have guns, period.
When you have wars created for no apparent reason in countries, what do you think happens to the ammunition? It has to be offloaded someplace. When you have spills and waste and nuclear weapons that is expired and nobody else wants it, what do you think it gets dumped off to? To poor countries. Where do you think these guns and all ammunition gets dumped off to? In our neighborhoods.
Half this neighborhood.
Yes. Well, it was a situation on First Avenue, and it was recent. It happened recently, and the person was killed because they were trying to steal something from a store.
That got hit with a straight bullet a couple of years back. He got hit in the back. He died 2 days later.
Since Friday, gun sales are up in Colorado. Are you surprised by that in 30?
Those whose lives were shattered in a few moments of evil in Colorado.
Irresistible impulse, which is part of Colorado's insanity.
That got crazy.
They need to stop and frisk these white boys running around that's going to movie theaters and killing everybody in sight. Last time I checked, a black guy didn't do that. All right, they need to see he got a backpack. He's not going to get stop and frisk. He looked like he about to do something. He looked like the guy from Colorado.
That was terrible. And I just saw the movie recently thinking about that too. That's horrible. I don't even know how to feel about that, what to say about the people that have been through that. I've never had a family member shot before or gunned down at any point in time in my life. I think it could have been prevented. A lot of things could have been prevented, like metal detectors at movie theaters, because violence happens anywhere. And with the fact that there's no metal detectors there, nobody there to scan you to make sure you have no type of items or weapons, it gets out of control sometimes, you know?
Well, he was just a madman. I don't want to make it sound like a racial thing, but each time a white man do something, he do something very heavy, and he always gets someone to help him and say he's crazy. A black man do something, they just say that he's mean, and then he gets the death chair. So.
Watching the Youth Channel. Take a couple of minutes to watch one of our PSAs.
75% of white students graduate in New York City.
Only 52.1% of African American students graduate in New York City.
Only 49.4% of Hispanic students graduate in New York City.
Only 12% of students receiving special education services graduate in New York City.
At least 40% of all students leave school without a high school diploma in New York City.
You have the right to stay in school until the age 21.
If you would like more information about your right to stay in school or return to school, please contact Advocates for Children's Helpline at 1-866-427-6033.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Stay tuned and watch our featured programming.
The government.
Smith & Wesson and Colt and all these other peoples.
Barack Obama.
They specifically manufacture specific kinds of weapons for public use. If the public needs to use weapons, it would be for hunting. But the kind of weapons that they're selling to the public are not hunting weapons. They're assault rifles and automatic handguns and things of that nature.
Because he's the president, he has like all the right in the world, and you know he's supposed to be in control of everything. So if teens have the right to guns,
then it's his fault because he's not doing anything about it.
Government basically, I don't know what they're doing, but it's like the gun violence is more dangerous now than ever been.
All of us, we all. I mean, the hypocrisy from politics, from the upper echelon to down with parents that work 100 hours a day because they want to give their kids all the material things which they feel equates love and not talking to their children one-on-one. It's from the top down. It's big money. I mean, you don't want to call the big C's or the big F's, I mean, but it's from all of it. All of it. All of it, yes.
I think our government, because there's still guns out there. There's still little kids being shot and killed all the time. There's still bullets that are being thrown in the air and random people are being hit by it.
And I also think it's the mayor's fault because he runs Manhattan and stuff like that in all the boroughs.
Well, if I had a chance to make a show on the youth channel, it would be called the J-Man Radio Show. It's going to be a show about having some sketch comedy, some playing live music, and also me and my friends are going to get together so we could talk about topics that's going on in the world. There's more to life than doing nothing, playing video games, watching TV. I mean, I'm here creating my own show. You should do the same thing.
The show that I have is The Jose Show, where I produce it and I'm the host of it. The show is about youth nonprofit organizations that benefit young people, where I feature youth organizations that are working with the young people, that's doing tremendous work with these young people to get where they want to be in their careers. And the importance of this show is to make sure that young people get a chance to show off their talent and perform and bring out different discussions that they want to talk about.
Themselves, they can patrol around and look around, and if they see something, you know, call the police or themselves take action, and you know, if no one does nothing about it, it's not gonna get any better.
Having support from the community and like from people around the neighborhoods, just to like be aware of the things, but don't involve the police, because next thing you know, they're all just gonna be in jail, and that's not doing anything good.
It's for kids and teens and children's, focusing on them, making sure they're going to school and doing what they have to and stuff like that would probably avoid a lot of the issues that's going on now.
A gun drive where you bring your guns in and you receive $200 for your guns, or you know, you have your picture taken saying you're not promoting gun violence.
You can make anything, like you can make any organization or like program that can help teens stop gang violence or like put them in a better predicament instead of putting themselves out there.
Citizenship responsibility, meaning every community and every cluster of community should actually band together to create awareness. And it starts in our public schools. I mean, the public schools are so wrecked, but again, it's families, it's neighbors, it's communities, it's lobbying, you know, having different forums and platforms. The churches, I think the churches could be doing more as well. So I think it's just all of us. I think it's banding together and creating more awareness about the things that are happening. We have this apathy about if it's not your home, that if AIDS doesn't hit your family, you don't really give a damn. If one person in your family has not been shot, we just look at it as like a movie, something far away removed from us. But it hits every family. It's a responsibility of everyone.
That this is a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but to others, it's a symbol of hatred and intolerance for same-sex marriage.
Chick-fil-A's values are not Chicago values.
Are trying to block fast food chain Chick-fil-A from...
The Jim Henson Company said they would no longer allow its puppets to promote the fast food company Chick-fil-A.
Crowds today in Chick-fil-A chain.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. And Chick-fil-A. And Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
I would feel they need to be closed down then. It's not right to be discriminated on people because of how they are, how they live their life. As long as they're spending money at the business, that's all that should matter. Regardless of they gays, lesbians, and whatever they are, they could be men dressed as females. As long as they spending money at the business, that's all that should matter. Discrimination should not even cross their mind.
It's like throwing away money and making, you know, being made fun of. So what's the point of giving away money just to be insulted, to made fun of? You know, there's no point in giving away money just to, you know, be discriminated.
Okay.
No, don't get mad too, because that's against me. How so to be getting insulted, like.
Well, first of all, I don't think anyone should be criticizing anyone else. You know, we're all the same. You know, at the end of the day, we're all humans, right? So why discriminate on something that you may not approve of? It's fine. Just keep it to yourself.
I don't think I would go down and just invest any money, in some type of company like that or whatever organization. Why? Because I don't like discrimination. I really don't, though. I really don't. And it's like I could carry on and tell you a whole lot about discrimination. I got 2 sons, right? They live in Albany, and their mom is Italian. So trust me, I went through a lot of discrimination with the parents. They wouldn't talk to me, and they just didn't like me at all because the color of my skin, though. I said, look what she's done, though. She's a black guy. My daughter, she's white. I mean, I went through a lot, though.
Nah, I wouldn't like that because then the people who are getting discriminated is gonna think it's me who's giving the money to the people to do that. When it's not even me, it's that they're using my money, and I don't like to be used. So I wouldn't like that. Because I gained that money, like I earned that money, and now that you're using it on something that could really hurt people's feelings is not okay. Not okay.
Not want to go to that store. It would make me not want to be a customer to them if they're doing other things that's not good to regular people.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, it's discrimination. It shouldn't be like that, especially not in New York.
I don't think it will be fair. Like, I will be upset because of the fact that they're using the money for the wrong things.
Watching the Youth Channel. Take a couple of minutes to watch one of our PSAs.
Just because of my background
doesn't mean you could stereotype me
for what I look like.
My parents came here.
My parents came here
so that I could have a better life.
Not all of us are the same.
Not all of us are the same. Yo soy Latino.
Ako ay Filipino.
我係中國人.
Please don't judge us.
Please don't judge us.
Please don't judge us.
Please don't judge us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Stay tuned and watch our featured programming.
Yes, I believe strongly there should be. If you're gonna own a business, you should be open to whatever kind of people want to come in and buy anything, not discriminate and say, oh, I don't want to sell to you because you're gay. Or I don't want to sell to you because you're supposed to be a dude. You're dressing like, I wish somebody would tell me I would smack a person if they try to discriminate on me. I don't play that. I do not like that.
No doubt. Of course. Why? Because it's not right though. Why would you want to discriminate? I mean, that's a total something it's wrong. It's wrong to discriminate. That's the way I look at it. There's no more explanation. I'm just gonna say it just the way it is. It's wrong. That's it. It's wrong.
Say rules, but I guess I don't know. If people still like that, I guess they should have some type of way to enforce what they feel. But I wouldn't support it.
There is something wrong with discrimination nowadays, but at the end of the day, I think they're just hurting themselves and their businesses. Okay. So it's very much their problem if they want to do that. So at the end of the day, they're the ones losing business and the trust.
Yeah, because it's not fair to other people.
Watching the Youth Channel. Take a couple of minutes to watch one of our PSAs.
If I had the chance to have a show on Youth Channel, it would be a comedy show about the workplace and the challenges that people have there. And it would entail examples such as if someone has a mean boss or they can't figure out their actual job and title. The message that will go out to the audience is that people can overcome challenges no matter what it is at work, that they should know how to deal with it and be strong during the process.
All this money out here.
Oh, what's up? Where you got the money from?
I just won the lottery, yo.
Oh, that's nice. All right, see you later.
Yeah, let's go get some furniture for my mom. Alright.
You took my money. They took my money.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Stay tuned and watch our featured programming.
Their allies have the right to express themselves through not opening their wallets.
It's our country. And I believe, you know what, if we knew Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization, that's what they stand for. They don't ban you from going there to eat. It's a freedom of religion. If you don't support it, for goodness sakes, don't go in there and buy that chicken. Go to KFC. But they...
That's what this is all about. Equal rights, and that's what I'm for.
I guess with the money that I have, make my own organization or my own program to show not how to discriminate people. And so they wouldn't be going to that other organization that is discriminating and go to mine to learn how not to discriminate against others. I'll make my own organization. Yeah, competition, like, she shouldn't go there, she come to me. Advertisement, like a big advertisement that will draw the attention from the people to come to mine, not this.
Close that one business. Close that business. Show them that there's no playing around.
So who should do that?
Discrimination. The government, whoever allowed that store to open, should shut it down. They should shut it down and show them that they shouldn't be discriminated on people. They should just do what they're supposed to do, sell food. That's all that their business is supposed to be. Not discriminating on people.
I'll tell you one thing, you know, it's like people just need to stop and wake up. That's all to it, you know. Just wake up and stop it.
In terms of businesses, do you think they should be involved with discriminating against people?
No, I don't know. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong, though. I don't think they should do it, you know. I don't think they should. You know, I don't think nobody should discriminate. Nobody can judge. Nobody shouldn't do any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I get along with everybody. Everybody gets along with me, you know? Not exactly everybody, but most people.
I think it's possible to help people who have other problems with other races or any type of religion, anything. I think at the end of the day, we could just influence people in, you know, just to acknowledge the fact that we're all the same. At the end of the day, we're all human. It doesn't matter what color, what religion, what anywhere of the world, we're all the same. At the end of the day, we all came out, you know, from a womb. So I don't think there's any point in discrimination.
There's a lot, but, you know, the question is anybody going to really take it into consideration, you know, because over the time we've had a lot of people donate a lot of their time trying to stop discrimination, and it has stopped, but not to the full that, you know, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X wanted it to do, you know what I'm saying?
Stop and frisk is the crime. Standing up to injustice is not the crime. And everybody needs to be part of ensuring that all the charges are dropped against the freedom fighters who are still facing trials in Brooklyn and Queens.
40 years ago, we weren't doing stop and frisk when there was a lot of crime. So why are you doing stop and frisk now if crime is down to the lowest point that it's been in 40 years?
Young black
and brown men are walking the streets because they don't have opportunity. Freedom is the ability to exercise options.
Does freedom even exist anymore in a society of mass incarceration for people of color? On Father's Day, June 17, 2012, there was a silent rally against the policies of stop and frisk. In that rally, there were mothers, politicians, television show hosts, religious figures, and people that were just fed up with the harassment by the NYPD and being subject to racial profiling. I hope all of you individuals that are watching this show right now realize that it's important to fight for your rights. Equality isn't a privilege, it's a right that all human beings are entitled to. So with no further ado, this is the Stop and Frisk Father's Day March.
Can you tell us why you're here today?
Well, I'm here with a group called Existence is Resistance, and we are a Palestine solidarity group, and so we, raise awareness in the city. We do demonstrations about what's happening to the Palestinians, and we're here because, we support human rights. We are an anti-racist group, and so this policy that affects disproportionately young Black and Latino men is racist, and so that's why we're here.
Well, I'm out here today to bring awareness and hopefully stop and form legislation to change stop and frisk, because it's been so pointed at young Black and Latino men like myself. I'm Puerto Rican, and it's very one-sided, it's very unfair, and it's not productive. So we're out here trying to raise awareness and change stuff.
Hi, my name is Wilma Dore Almanor, and this is my son, Devin Almanor. And he's been stopped a couple of times by the police, and so has my other son. And I'm out here because this is ridiculous. It's got to stop, okay? And you know what? All I'm saying is that people, if they stop and frisk your child and throw them down to the ground and have guns to their heads, you have every right to sue them. And that's what people have to do. And this march is important because there's too many of our children that are going down on the ground for nothing at all and being stopped and frisked. And we just have to stop this, whatever way, whatever marching, whatever we need to do. So that's why I'm out here today, to represent all the little kids out here and all the big brothers that are stopped and frisked.
Well, I'm out here today because today's demonstration is against the racial profiling policies of the NYPD. And these policies, today's Father's Day, and my child's father is one of the groups that's racially profiled by the NYPD, so that's why I'm here.
There's a number of reasons. As a former member of 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement, we advocated against stop and frisk over 15 years ago.